Hey, David Wygant here, Saturday, 10-minute daily reality check. It's amazing when an idea hits me. I need to spit it out. That's the thing about reality. Reality is being able to change your thoughts, change your beliefs, and live your life on the fly. So occasionally, I will do the podcast, not from my home studio, but I'll do it from my car studio. Why? Because I'll have a thought or idea that will literally inspire the hell out of you and change your life, because that's what reality is. Winners change their reality every single day. They live on the fly. They change things. They're open, they're authentic, and they're honest. They don't sit back and overthink their life at all. They realize they're just a unique being, living a unique life on this unique world called Earth. By the way, there are people who think Earth is flat, and they're called flatters. Have you heard of that? Flatters. Look it up. I'm not going to talk about flatters today at all, because it's going to waste time. Unless you are a flatter, you need to tell me why you think the world is flat. Christopher Columbus was a flatter, and then he realized the world was round. Anyway, you all have what I call a uniqueness to you. A weird uniqueness. You've all got this uniqueness that's inside of every one of you. Every one of you is very unique, but most of us do not let our uniqueness out. Why? Well, most of the time we're afraid of judgment. But really, if you go back, you've been trained by your dogs, your elders. Roof, roof, woof, woof, Pavlov. We've talked about it on the podcast many times, and we're going to talk about it again. You have been Pavloved. That's right. You've been Pavloved. You see, your uniqueness has not been let out because you have been Pavloved in your life. You see, I'm unique. Every single day I get on this journey called life, and I literally let my uniqueness out. I literally do this podcast every single day, and I blog every single day at davidwygant.com, and I don't even hesitate to think about what I'm sharing or how I'm sharing it or why I'm sharing it. I just share my uniqueness all over the place. Every single day I write something that's totally different. I do it in my relationships as well. I let my uniqueness out because when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to let my uniqueness out at all. Most of us aren't. I remember when I was a kid, all I wanted to do was make my stuffed animals talk. That's right, every single one had a different voice. Lassie spoke in a high-pitched voice. Hi, how are you? Smokey was a little deep gruff. Hey, Lassie, I'm doing really good today. Henry with his bloody paw. Yeah, they all had nicknames. I played stuffed animal football for my sisters and brothers, sister and brother. Didn't have multiples. And I let my uniqueness out. I literally had a reel-to-reel tape recorder, and I had my own radio station. It was WKVW, and I could tell you the call letters. Hey, it's David Wygant here for WKVW. The weather forecast today, it's going to be a hot one, folks. 90 degrees, 90% humidity. We're going to be sticky like a Cinnabon at the mall. I used to sit there and do my own top 40 countdown. I remember Staying Alive, How Deep Is Your Love. Man, they tore up the charts at WKVW. I was a junior Casey Kasem. And I would sit in my room after playing sports with my friends, and every single night I would sit with my microphone in my hand, no different than I am right now, and I would literally let my uniqueness out, every single bit of it. I would let it fly. I would let it come out. I would have contests. I would interview people on the radio station. I would do clips of songs. All I wanted to do was be an announcer. I'd go out and play kid baseball in the backyard. That's right, we had the kid Mets versus the kid Giants. It was just me throwing the ball in the air, hitting it, and letting Jenny, my golden retriever, get the ball and bring it back to me. I would announce it. It's a 1-2 pitch. Brian Glock, the pitcher, staring down John Horney. John Horney was the name of one of the guys. John Horney looking at the first pitch. It's a ball. 2-2 count. Brian Glock throwing again. Struck him out. And then I'd have the noise of the fans. And I would do that for baseball, and I'd do that for football. I would throw the football up in the air, and I would run underneath it, and I would catch it. My weird uniqueness. I was letting it out. I wanted to be a DJ. It was never allowed in my family. My father was frustrated with me. My father was frustrated by how weird and unique I was, and he didn't know how to handle it at all. I wasn't him. I wasn't the story of what I was supposed to be. So instead of being this incredible creative being, it was squashed. So I had to go and find it on my own. I had to spend my 20s trying to figure it out. Bartending, doing weird jobs, doing acting. I had to do this on my own. My 30s, I conformed. I was an entrepreneur, which I still am. It wasn't until I really became David Wygant dating coach extraordinaire that my weird uniqueness came out, because I finally gave myself the platform to say whatever the fuck I want, whenever I want, and I allowed my unique personality to shine. I made money doing what I love. I was teaching men how to approach women authentically and honestly. I was teaching women how to understand men. It felt good to let my uniqueness out. But yet every single day, parents all over the world are squandering and squashing their child's uniqueness, controlling them for their own good. Yeah, that's right. Helicopter mom, smother mother, helicopter dad, and helicopter dad and mom, and smother dad. You're killing your kid's uniqueness. You don't even know your kids when you're doing that, when you're controlling your kids. And what happens is, when you don't let your kids' weirdness and their uniqueness out, they're just going to spend their adult life smoking weed, drinking alcohol, trying to figure it out on their own, because they didn't get the support that they needed. Eventually, some of them will find it. Others will never find it. Others will work jobs that they don't even particularly like because that's what their father or mother told them they needed to be. I know countless lawyers and doctors and professional people that did it because that's what their dad or mom told them to be. That's what their expectations were, and their weirdness and uniqueness never came out at all. Let your weirdness shine. Let your kids' weirdness shine. Otherwise, they're going to spend half their adult life trying to figure it out. And the problem is they'll get stuck in the vortex that you were stuck in. The vortex of life. They won't be allowed to do their weird, unique life because they'll all of a sudden have kids and bills, and they'll need to pay everybody around them, and they'll need to keep up their lifestyle, and they'll have a dream that's dead inside them. Man, I would do anything to have this podcast listened to by millions and millions of people every single day. To have my own radio show. That's what I would do. And that's why I love doing this podcast. That's why this podcast brings me such joy every single day. It's the only podcast I know that's on the fly, on the go, with an idea that just pops into my weird, unique mind, and I share it with all of you. I let my weirdness out. I let my uniqueness out every single day. For some of you, I may really resonate. You may think to yourself, that David from davidwygant.com, he's one fucking twisted, cool dude. You know, the guests that he has on, they all talk about reality and how to change mindset and change life. It really is radical self-help that doesn't suck. It's how I let my uniqueness out every single day. And I'm so proud of it. I'm proud of the podcast. I'm proud of my accomplishments. I'm proud of who I am. Another thing I always wanted to do is be a soap opera actor. I wanted to seduce women live on the screen. So, if any of you are soap opera casting directors and you need an older doctor or a distinguished gentleman to play a character on a soap or a show, just let me know. I'm available for hire. Let your uniqueness out. No matter how weird it might be, let it out. Learn your kids' uniqueness and their weirdness, and let the weird flag fly today. Get to know your children for who they are, not what you want them to be. And get to know yourself for who you really are, and not what you were expected to be. Stop living a life that others planned out for you, and stop planning lives for other people. We're all unique and weird in our own way. Find somebody who allows you to be that unique and weird person in a relationship as well. Don't settle for a relationship and the person doesn't like who you are and they're trying to make you into something you're not. You've got one shot at life. That's all you've got. So let your unique weirdness fly. 10-minute daily reality check out for this Saturday in August. Enjoy the day. I'll be with my daughter, who's a unique and weird little child, and I love her to death.